all the stories that appear about you, I would guess about 90% are near enough untrue. Here's a chance to put a few things straight. You ready?
I don't know.
Have you or have you not ever had a boob job?
Not.
Really?
Absolutely not. And it's not one of those things that I frown upon or I judge anybody for. If it's something I had done, it's something I'd be quite willing to say I had it done. It's not like a top secret. It's not like I would be the only person that ever had it done. I just haven't had it done.
So are you quite flattered that everyone thinks you have?
Yes. Actually, that's the one room I quite like.
Have you ever had a nose job?
Nose job? Wow. Never even heard that one. Clearly not, by the little conch I have here.
I was going to say, get your money back.
They call...
Everyone's allowed an imperfection.
No,
yours is your hooter.
They call... Exactly. I quite like the little ridge.
I like
They call it the Tweedy snack.
A Tweedy snack?
Yes.
I've
got a Tweedy nose.
A Tweedy snack?
Yeah.
So you'll never get it fixed, you don't think?
Are you suggesting I need to?
No. There's been a suggestion that you already have, so I'm just throwing it out there as a possibility.
Wow.
Did you buy a £35,000 wind tunnel to keep fit so that you could be as thin as Danny Minogue?
Wow. That's a good one.
Is it true?
Does it exist?
Do you keep fit in a wind tunnel?
A Piers, is that a serious question?
Yes. Do you ever get into one? I've seen one of these things. You get in them and they get blown away by turrets of wind.
No, absolutely never heard of it.
Do you ever diet or not?
I'm always, like, aware of what I eat. And I have days where I just want to eat what I want to eat. Especially as a woman, you have those days. And then I'm one of those people that'll have burger and chips, and then for the whole of the rest of the day go, wish I'd never ate those burger and chips. Wish I'd never ate those burger... Why did I eat those burger and chips? While I'm eating a packet of crisps.
And you have your crafty fags, don't you? How many do you smoke a day now?
Oh. Naughty me. No.
Come on. How many a day?
Probably about 5, not many. Well, probably 20 today.
You've had a very traumatic year, everybody knows that, for a number of reasons, and everyone's been giving lots of attention to your health. How are you actually feeling physically right now?
It's actually been just over the 12 weeks, so all my blood is new and I feel great.
Are you back to your fighting best, do you think? Are you feeling 100%?
I'm probably feeling 95, and I don't think for a long time I felt 100, so I'm definitely on my way.
People knew that you were sick. Then came the stories about malaria, but no one has ever really worked out the truth about this.
Right.
Now we're going to get the chance.
In July this year, Cheryl took time out from her busy schedule and jetted off for a holiday in Africa with her close friend Derek Hoff.
Cheryl and I decided to go to Tanzania on holiday. It was a fantastic time. We got a few little mosquito bites here and there, but we had taken the tablets and we thought, you know, everything would be okay.
2 weeks later, Cheryl was at the X Factor auditions in Cardiff when she began to feel ill.
We genuinely thought she had a hangover on the day. That's what somebody told us, so we were teasing her all day long. And we didn't think anything about it till the following day when I get a phone call to say that she's collapsed on a photo shoot.
When I arrived at the photo session, I could tell she was so weak, she was grey, and for some strange reason I thought her face looked a bit puffy.
Cheryl was sent home to rest and a doctor was called.
Right before the doctor left, I just kind of had this kind of overwhelming feeling of she needs to get her blood, you know, checked.
He didn't know it yet, but Derek's quick thinking may have saved Cheryl's life.
The couriering of the blood and the alerting of the hospital and the prompt response by the medical team, I think, really was essential.
The doctor said, you know, she needs to come in right now.
Cheryl was in serious trouble and was rushed to intensive care.
Her body had swelled so much. I couldn't see her eyes, they were just like slits. It was a different person.
Tests confirmed doctors' worst fears. Cheryl had malaria.
There are 4 types. She had the worst one, and it's a dangerous, life-threatening type of malaria.
The kidneys weren't working, the lungs were filled with fluid, there was parasites all over in her blood.
Cheryl was told that the next 36 hours would be make or break for her.
She was deteriorating all the time. Her breathing was much worse as time went by, and we thought it was only fair to let everyone know just how seriously ill she was.
I remember Cheryl saying, you know, am I going to die? And I remember the doctor coming up to her and saying, there's a possibility.
I don't know how somebody copes with the fact they might die.
Oh.
I suppose the obvious question is, when the doctor said that to you, that there was a possibility you might die, I mean, what was going through your mind?
I was just so weak and sick. I was actually thinking, if it's going to happen, please just hurry up. I wasn't scared. I was tired. I was exhausted. I'd been sick for a while, and I was just over it. I was over feeling so ill.
Did you realise how serious it was?
It was actually day after my birthday. I got the first symptoms, and I'd had 2-3 vodkas the night before, and I never drink. I'm not a drinker. And I just thought, this really affects me. I woke up in the morning and I was putting my moisturiser on, my skin hurt. My skin was sore. And I thought, oh, this is the worst hangover I've ever had. But not for 1 second did malaria cross my mind. Not for 1 second.
Even though you'd just been to Africa?
Not at all.
So you're getting steadily worse. You get to this photo shoot when it gets dramatic suddenly. Talk me through what happened there.
Again, same thing, got up in the morning. My skin was sore to touch. My lips were blue. And I was drenched. And I got to the photo shoot, and the girl I work with, who knows me more than anybody, said, this is not right. We need to schedule some time off. I think you're exhausted.
Then what happened?
Sorry. God, I really don't want it to be morbid. I really don't want it to be like this.
But I think people are realising, probably for the first time, how serious this was.
It's only 12 weeks ago. It's very raw.
Do you remember the moment when you collapsed?
I'd been really excited to do the photo shoot. It was for Vogue. And they'd flown a photographer in from New York and dropped him at the wrong airport. This is what I remember specifically. And he'd driven 3 hours to get to the photo shoot. And they were saying to me, go home, and I remember thinking, this poor guy, he's driven, he's had a terrible time getting here, driven all the way here. I said, just let me lie down for an hour, I'll be okay. And that was it. I was out like a light. I did the photo shoot. And I went home, and that was the night. That was the night.
The key moment of that evening was Derek saying, you've got to have a blood test. And what has become clear from interviewing your doctor is that if he'd not done that, you may well not have survived. So effectively, Derek saved your life.
Well, absolutely. And I'm a bit pathetic when it comes to needles. Like, I can't, it has to be a baby one. And I was actually really angry with him for suggesting that I get my blood taken. Like, you're making me have a needle. Little did I know, he saved my life.
Your mother said in her interview that your organs began to fail. Are you even aware of any of this?
I remember actually feeling like I was dying, if that makes any sense. And I just wanted to know the truth, was I? And out of all that, that's what I remember asking.
It's a cliche, but does your life flash before you in a moment like that? What are you thinking? Your family around you?
It doesn't seem real. It's very, very surreal. And my mother never showed me her emotion there and then. She was strong. And I think there was a point I said to her, what they laugh about now, you make sure you get someone here tomorrow to write my will.
You said that?
Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, my sister can have that. I know it's like, now looking back, it feels very surreal, but at the time, it seemed like almost matter of fact.
You owe a lot to Derek.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty amazing thing that he did. Just his instinct probably saved your life.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good friend to have.
He's an amazing, amazing person. And I can never repay him for that. That's my life.
I just don't think somebody like you would fall in love and marry a complete idiot.
You know, apart from the obvious, he never tried his bad. He's not a bad person, just a nice guy.